9/11 is a central blind spot for almost all speakers and researchers involved in disclosure. Linking secret technology to the destruction of the World Trade Center is seemingly a no-no. And there is a comprehensive effort, example of which are documented in my book and some here, and a clear pattern has emerged. Do not mention 9/11 and the Hutchinson effect and Dr. Wood in the same sentence. Do not mention 9/11 and Hurricane Erin. Do not mention Science Applications International Corporation or Dr. Wood's court case, the Ketam case from 2007. However, when you're talking about 9/11, it is okay to mention thermite, thermate, nanothermite, HAARP, mini-nukes, fluoride, and you might think that's a joke, but it's not. I've not got time to go into that. Secret disclosures from unknown sources who claim to know things like Henry Deakin, remote-controlled planes, lasers from space, particle beams, etc., etc. In other words, you can mention anything but the truth. Okay? So if you're forced to talk about Dr. Judy Wood's research, if you're somebody like Stephen Greer, Alfred Weber, whoever, just characterize it as a theory. Because if you can characterize it as a theory, especially a conspiracy theory, it's one that can be safely disbelieved without there being any evidence. Say, well, it's plausible. It might be true. Well, I suppose it's plausible that it's Saturday today. It's plausible that my name's Andrew Johnson, isn't it? Well, I think it was a mixture of things that was used to destroy the towers. Don't actually talk about the evidence which shows you very clearly what it was. Don't talk about the relationship to cold fusion. That is a no-no. Don't mention Andrew Johnson's documentation as outlined in this presentation. But let's just be one big happy family of UFO researchers looking into this alien issue and so on. So it's vital to understand the connection between secret, weaponized, free energy technology and the events of 9/11, especially, but perhaps not exclusively, in the destruction of the World Trade Center. By that I mean there's some evidence that it was used at Oklahoma City as well. There is clear, proven link between cold fusion research and Stephen E. Jones and 9/11, and the link to the Hutchinson effect is a vital one. The 9/11 hurricane data revealed by Dr. Judy Wood also implicates the use of weather control in the days prior and following 9/11. Somebody has the ability to steer hurricanes. The climate change debate is irrelevant. It's a sideshow. It's a circus, like everything else. Large sections of the truth movement have been set up, controlled and directed. Apparently, there are some well-known and popular figures who seem especially not to be able to talk about energy and 9/11 and weather control without omitting the details or getting them wrong. In other words, sometimes they'll talk about these things, but they just get it wrong. They get it wrong. And it seems clear that in other branches of the truth movement, sophisticated operations of disinformation and perception management are still in full swing, and they are being successful. I would dare say there are a few people in the audience, even though most of this information has been available since 2008, who've never heard this before. Are you ready to reevaluate the evidence presented here and be more critical of those not talking about this? Or is it just me being belligerent, grumpy, egotistical, curmudgeonly, and being pedantic? You have to decide that. But please, if you're going to decide that, take a look at the evidence. Don't just sort of come out with some broad brush statement which you haven't checked into. So thank you very much, everybody, for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the weekend.